everyone, welcome back to the Relax and Craft YouTube channel. My name's Fleur and today we're going to do something a little bit different. I went shopping in the January sales and I found this gorgeous bracelet for, well, it was £16.50 originally, with 70% off it was £4.95. And I just absolutely loved it. And this is a really beautiful, big, sturdy metal flower. And I thought, oh, that would work really lovely. Now, looks lovely as a 3-strand bracelet, but I'm going to take it apart and I'm going to rework it into something else. So let me get this off the card and we'll see how it's all connected and have a little look at some of the designs that we can do. So I've got it off the card and as you can see, it does look really nice just as a beautiful bracelet. But the problem with shop bought jewellery is that sometimes it's not going to fit you. Now I have got an average size wrist. So I have got a 7 to 7.5 inch wrist and this fits, as you can see, perfectly. So it's obviously been designed for somebody with my size wrist. But what if you had a slimmer wrist or a larger wrist? This isn't going to fit without, if it was on a larger wrist, you'd be able to see all the elastic coming through it. If it was a thinner wrist, then obviously it would be moving around a lot. And it looks like it's been designed to be worn as a cuff. So I'm going to show you that very easily and with very little jewellery making skills or knowledge, you can turn something like this into something absolutely beautiful. Now we are going to use all of these little metal beads and we're going to use the flower, and I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to turn this into a necklace, a 3-strand necklace maybe. Let's have a little look. Let me have a think. I'll think about that. But what I did want to show you is how this is all connected. So this is on a stretch elastic, so you can see each band is on a stretch elastic, so we won't be able to save the elastic, but that's fine. We're gonna string it on, string something else onto this, so maybe a beading cord or some thread. I'm not quite sure yet, but as you can see, we have got 3 connections either side, so that is obviously what is holding everything together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to snip this elastic and let's have a look at the actual piece, the flower itself. So I'm just going to take some jewellery cutters. Like I say, we are going to use all of the beads as well. Let's just get this one off. Looks like this one, it has the one where it's been glued into. Yeah, that one's being glued in place. So when we sort of finish our elastic bracelets, we tend to glue, and that's a very strong, you can see, a very strong glue. So if you're buying this bracelet in the sale, just know that it is a very well made bracelet. Very, very well made. Let's just chop this one. And if all we lose is a couple of beads, then it won't be too bad. I think this one is yeah, that one's glued in as well. Last one. Apologies that I've got a cold, so I sound a bit hoarse. So what I could do is I could soak these in something like an acetone kind of substance and see if I can get those last 3 beads. Oh, that one can't, oh no, it's still stuck in there. So I could, if I wanted to, try and poke the glue out. But if I need those 3 beads, then obviously I can do that. But I'm going to leave those 3 beads to the side to start with. And I'm going to look at this gorgeous flower. And now I've got this flower off, it is an absolutely beautiful piece. Now in craft hobby shops you would probably pay £4.95 for, or even more actually, for something like this. It's an absolutely gorgeous focal piece. Like I said, I did like it as a bracelet. Maybe I will replace some of these metal beads with some gemstones and have it as a 3-strand bracelet. Again, maybe that is on stretchy cord, or do I make it into a beautiful necklace? Because like I say, we don't have to use all of the connectors. We could, if we wanted to, just start to have a little play and see, by adding just a few findings, maybe we could make a really lovely, and you can see where I'm sort of like going with this idea. So an asymmetric, well, the flower sitting at collarbone on one side, and then the rest made up into a single strand of these metal beads. So we could do something like this, or we could add some gemstones in. I'm going to have a little think about this, and I will report back in when I get a few more ideas of what I want to do. So I've had a little look through my bead stash, and I found these two beautiful gemstones. So I have got some fabulous 8mm green aventurine and some beautiful lepidolite wheels, and I think what I want to do is I want to make a 2-strand necklace with the flower in the centre like so. I'm going to do a 2-strand necklace, and then I'm going to have chain coming out of the bottom so it looks like tendrils as well. So maybe I might add some more gemstones in here, I don't know yet. I might see if I've got some smaller aventurine. I think I have, but if not, then maybe some rose quartz as well. But this is the look that I'm going for. I'm going to intersperse obviously some of these gorgeous silver beads around there as well and mix it up a little bit. I'm going to be using just some crimp beads, some magic crimps. I may use a little bit of French wire just to protect the beading thread from the actual loops themselves. And then just a simple clasp at the end. So what I'm going to do is I'll keep this rolling, but I'll speed it up, and I will show you how I'm going to make this beautiful piece of jewellery. So this is the finished piece, and what I've done is I've made a 2-strand necklace. I've used a magnetic clasp at the top, and then I've added just some chain to the back. If I just turn it over, you can see, so I've utilised all of the loops that are on the back. So the bottom two, I've got the chain, and then these two have the beading thread. I've used the magic crimps to just to save using crimp covers, that kind of thing, but I absolutely adore this. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take some pictures of it and I'll pop them on at the end. If there's any techniques that you've seen in this little video that you want me to go into and do a talking video on, then let me know in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, then please consider subscribing, hit the bell and hit all notifications. That way YouTube will let you know when I drop a brand new video. But until the next one, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.